And if there are any contraindications that we have to worry about, like ginkgo. Oh,
This is
okay.
a really good book.
Okay.
David Winston, actually, if you're interested in researching more, this is a guy, he has been practicing herbalism for about 40 years. He's one of the founders of the American Herbalist Guild, AHG, which is the certification for herbalists, even though it's very underdeveloped in the United States.
What
unlike
is
in
his
China.
name? I'm sorry.
His name is David Winston, like Winston Churchill, or Winston Salem. And this is a really good book. He has several books, actually, but he's a great source. And he's very trusted. One thing with supplements is what you can run into when you go online is that there's a bunch of exaggerated claims. It's like, oh yeah, read about magnesium. Anything can heal cancer nowadays. Like when you go online and you start researching those, they say, pretty much about everything it heals cancer. I mean, it's an exaggeration, of course, but I'm exaggerating about the exaggeration. But because, they want to sell stuff, there's a lot of these exaggerated claims, and then people try it, and they are like, well, I'm not seeing those results that are being claimed on the website. So they're like, well, alternative medicine must not work. But, what I would say is wrongly applied alternative medicine will not work. Rightly applied alternative medicine, even in combination with Western Orthodox medicine, working with an MD or a doctor, it can bring, amazing results, really.
And that's what I'd like to, I think, would you recommend that if we are starting to take business up, running a phone, that we put a list and that we put like I know she said if you're on warfarin, don't take this. I know that ginkgo, I think, is a blood thinner, right? So, you have to be careful if you're going to have to go in for an operation that maybe you need to disclose that. And so I think it probably would be a good idea to keep a list somewhere, either on your phone and a note when they ask what you're taking. I know that they do ask these days, are you taking any, supplements and so on.
Yeah, that's totally, you want to take, because a lot of them, like these are medicinal herbs. So like you said, ginkgo, it actually inhibits platelet aggregation.
Right.
It's like basically like aspirin, in a different way, but definitely you don't want to have that before surgery because that can be really devastating.
Right.
And definitely share that with your doctor. I would say the problem that I run into is that many doctors, and there's a growing number that are not like this, but a lot of the doctors are not really educated in this. And I understand. I went through 6 years of medical program, and we had an optional module for nutrition, and that was all the nutrition that we learned. It was optional, and that's a great blind spot of that medical training, with a lot of the positives and a lot of the great things that they are teaching in medical schools, but a lot of this is not covered. Part of it is because there's such a big body of material. But I would say, like, when you choose a doctor, maybe read the reviews or explore how well versed that person is in alternative practices, if that's something that you want to do, that you want to incorporate, because if the doctor is not comfortable with that, then most likely he will say, don't take it, because it's better safe than sorry kind of thing. So I would say definitely run it by them, but don't be surprised if they're not taught in this, or they don't, they're not self-taught in it. Don't be surprised that you get the answer, oh, this is, that's dangerous, don't do it, and just because of the lack of knowledge. But again, there's an emerging number of doctors that are self-taught in this, so they take courses and all that. So it's getting better.
That same book that Adam just showed you is $16.75 on Amazon Prime.
Are you going to give us the brands of ashwagandha?
Ashwagandha, yeah. So I would say brands.
What brands, please?
I would say, so the one I represent is called Oregon's Wild Harvest, like Oregon.
Oregon?
Like the state of Oregon? Like the state of Oregon, and the Oregon's Wild Harvest. Gaia Herbs, which is in Brevard, it's a local brand, North Carolina.
How do you spell that one?
It's G-A. Gaia. Another one is herbs, etc. So it's herbs. They do really good tinctures, etc. It's a funny name. Herbs, etc. That's the brand name. I would say these three are probably my top three choices generally.
Thank you.
That they do mostly organic farming, organic and biodynamic farming. So they have really good quality soil, no pesticides, and the constituents are expressed in a high amount in their products.
Thank you so much.
Sure. Any other questions?
You mentioned the keto diet at the beginning. Do you know anything about keto pills
Keto pills.
that they're selling for weight loss?
Mm-hmm. So keto pills,
Capsules?
the whole premise of the keto diet is that you basically cut down on carbs and you pursue a high fat and a high protein diet, and you train your body to rely on fats instead of carbohydrates. Because most of our diet, most of our diet is you rely on carbohydrates for energy for the most part, and then some on the fats. Protein is generally just you utilize not so much for energy sources, but to build your enzymes and build your tissue. But a keto pill, I don't know if that exists, because you can't just
Oh, yes, it
jumpstart your.
exists.
I don't think that really works that way. Is what I'm trying to say, is because you have to. It's a hard process. My wife actually just did that, and I saw the process, and it's a very it's hard discipline. That's what I'm trying to say. But
The advertisement is that you can take this, drink this at night, and lose 58 pounds in 2 months. And you don't have to change your diet or your exercise. And I don't think there's anything in this world that you can take that you don't have to do a little bit.
why don't you try it and tell us how it is?
Because my doctor told me not to take it.
Yeah, that was fine.
Adam, I got 2 questions for you,
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
First one, black pepper and, what were you talking about? The first one, curcumin. Doesn't black pepper enhance curcumin?
Oh, the curcumin absorption?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
here's the thing with curcumin. So curcuminoids are some of the compounds in turmeric root that we talked about, and basically what they are saying is that the curcuminoids are the anti-inflammatory compounds of the turmeric root. Now it turns out that if you compare, like in studies, you give someone curcuminoids, you can enhance it with piperine, so the absorption is better and it doesn't leave your body as fast, because actually the absorption is not as bad of curcuminoids. It's the fact that it breaks down very fast, and the half-life is very short of curcuminoids. But you compare curcuminoids and the anti-inflammatory effects with turmeric root that is extracted from the curcuminoids are taken out. So everything but the curcuminoids. The anti-inflammatory properties are exactly the same, actually. So that's something that we call single herb synergy, is that all of those components together bring a better result than each one of the compounds alone. So
There's a thing that they were saying, take black pepper with the curcumin, turmeric, that will help it enhance more efficiently.
Correct.
But then I've also read the opposite, so I'm not sure which is
It's
right.
true. Black pepper,
Black
it enhances the absorption of mostly anything because it's a digestive stimulant. And it also blocks certain enzymes in the body that break down, like medication, for instance. That's the problem with black pepper, is if you're taking a certain medicine and you're taking black pepper extract, that medication might linger in your body for a longer period of time. That can be a side effect.
Okay.
So it does increase the absorption and increases the half-life, but actually taking turmeric root as a whole is better than just taking curcuminoids on their own with enhanced with black pepper. You get
Okay.
into the whole idea of like isolating compounds instead of using the whole herb. Sometimes it's fine, you know, but generally the turmeric root in itself actually has things that help you absorb those curcuminoids.
So my next question's about, I don't know if you've read anything about this, intermittent fasting and the effects on neurogenesis. Have you
I
read?
haven't heard about that.
There-
I'm sure
They're
there's a lot out
supposed to
there,
be a new thing,
but yeah.
that it regenerates brain cells, the intermittent fasting, and like doing it 16 hours a day,
Right.
and then eating for 8 hours and just, you know, that span of time, you're supposed to regenerate new
I'm
brain
sure,
cells.
yeah.
So it sounds good to me.
I don't know if you've read studies on that.
Yeah,
Then, you know, it's
but-
probably a thing. I
don't
about
know.
that. But I know people using intermittent fasting for certain things, and they find it very helpful for like weight loss or resetting. Like I know blood sugar control, for instance, which is surprising because you would think the opposite. But I've met someone who did intermittent fasting, and their blood sugar came under control after that. So, yeah.
Okay, I was just,
But I don't know the answer
Yeah.
to that.
yeah.
Anything else? Yes.
So the difference between homeopathic and holistic,
I would say homeopathic is like here's the like if you think about, you know, taking care of your health as a diagram, and you know, or like all of the healthcare practices, you know, here is your going to the Western Orthodox, here is